We have to wake him up, tell him where he is, what happened, and how he got there, and babysat him for the next 3 hours until his ride showed up.
Hello folks, I'm JR. I'm with
Kieran.
and he is a volunteer at A-kon. So that's what you're here for, right?
I am.
Why do you chose to be a volunteer?
I actually chose to volunteer as the previous conventions. I fell in love with it. I helped my networking. I met a lot of excellent staffers, learned a lot more about conventions, a lot more that I knew previously. It's just another side of a convention that you just have to see. And once I've started going staff, I can't go back.
So let's explore that a little bit. How do you become a staff member?
You just go onto the website and just volunteer. There's always a volunteer form at every single convention. Just go on there and volunteer. Ask what departments you want. Some people start off being part-time volunteers. They just work their hours, get their free badge. Other of us, we work full-time, get crash space, just try and give ourselves to the con.
What are you, part-time or full?
I'm full-time.
So how long have you been doing this?
For A-kon, this is my first year staffing for A-kon, but I have staffed for previous conventions for about 5 or 6 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. What goes into, what's the staff training? What is the do's and don'ts of the staff members?
The staff training usually isn't too much. We just shadow somebody else and learn as we go. Do's and don'ts is be polite and courteous to people. There have been many staff members that take themselves a little too seriously. We try and discourage that. Everyone's here to have fun, and we are supposed to be respectful and courteous and solve issues.
So what do you do with, because I always read, every time after A-kon, there's always a horror story of staff members, things like that. So what do you read those informants, or where do you get the information from, like either good or bad rep?
Stories like that, if you're on staff, you're going to hear them. Staffers love telling those stories. You'll just hear them. Sometimes you might not hear all of the details, but they will be told. Or you can just ask someone, so, what happened this weekend? And they will tell you. Staffers love telling staff stories to each other.
So when people have a problem with a staff member, what they should do? What's the appropriate things to do?
If there's a staff member being obscenely rude, you want to find or go straight to the volunteer services and report them. Find their manager or somebody in charge and let them know, because that should not continue.
So now let's go the other way. What happens when a congoer acts just rude, abruptly, and it's basically a disorder for them?
As a staffer, that's going to happen, especially at nighttime. Be as polite and courteous as you possibly can. Do not snap back at them. It's usually someone who may have had too much to drink that night, or just someone who may have just had a bad day. You just be as polite and courteous to them as you can. You usually can solve every issue that way, and if it goes beyond that, you call your manager.
Just like any other job, really. It's the same thing. So what's your favorite moment that you've done as a staffer?
Favorite moment? That's hard to say. I want to say it was my very first convention staffing was A-Fest. I was on operations staff, and it blew me away. I went there all by myself. No one else wanted to go, so I was like, I'm going to go by myself, and I went on staff so I could help myself go. It was a little cheaper that way. And I learned everything there. I worked 3 different departments. I did operations and security, and I saw every bit of the convention and learned from several different staffers, met people with many different departments, and started learning what they were doing. And that's probably my best story, is just being on staff, meeting people.
Freaking cool. So you have an adventure of just also making everything and thanks to you for your service too. Thank you for making every con that you've been to a better service, because people always think you're only here to shush people or things like that, but you're here to just make everything feel go smoothly, go better, and you always, like you said, you discourage bad staffers.
Absolutely.
And you try to encourage the good quality, the good reputation of the staff members.
Yeah, a bad staffer, it can ruin a con for people. Everyone's had an experience with a security staffer being a little bit overbearing, and it'll absolutely ruin an experience for you, and that's not something that we want at the cons. Just be polite and courteous. There's no reason to act that way.
You already told us the best way is to go to the superior or go report them and get their badge name and just kind of solve it in a very more calm manner.
Absolutely, yes. Our managers are totally used to dealing with things like that. That's a regular, everyday thing to them. They expect to have troubles at some point in the night.
So as a staffer, what are your responsibilities?
I am personally on guest relations staff, so we're handling the guests directly. We coordinate their schedules, help them get to their panels on time. If they have any needs, for the water, or do on runs for them, we do that for them. Otherwise, we just tend to the staffers' to the guests' needs and ensure that they get to their panels on time.
That's cool. Yeah, I always read like one of my favorite YouTubers, Super Best Friends, they were talking about how like immediately the staffers are like, you need water? You got water? You good water? Everyone got water? It's like, yeah, man, thank you. It's like they felt so like, oh, thank you.
We love it. All of the guests are always extremely polite and courteous. We love to have the privilege of meeting them. Always super nice. They're very easy to talk to, and yeah.
In the end, they're just people, but sometimes that little nervous tick comes out. It's like, oh.
The nervous tick comes out, absolutely. I mean, I've met many of guests, and it's so hard to just keep that down and be professional. You just want to tell them I'm being professional, but deep down I'm fangirling. It's so hard.
It happened to me once, and it was bad.
Sometimes you just can't help it. It just comes out.
Oh goodness. So, what is the? I want to say. And now that we're going to 18 plus questions. So what is the weirdest, most fun thing that ever happened to you as a staffer?
Weirdest, most fun thing? That's actually really tricky to nail down. A fun story, okay, a funny story. Very, very late at night, whenever downtime after midnight, we keep an eye out for sleepers. You know, sometimes people fall asleep at the convention. One time, about 5 in the morning, at the old A-kon hotel, we actually had someone fall asleep in the sky bridge leading over to the building. We got a report of it, so we went to report and check it out. And when we got there, we just found someone who passed out face first on the floor with a tower of cups erected around their head that people have chosen to build a shrine. He was asleep. He had no idea. There's even a cup balanced on his back. And we have to wake him up, tell him where he is, what happened, and how he got there, and babysat him for the next 3 hours until his ride showed up. It was fantastic.
That sounds so funny.
It was great. The hotel manager even came out and helped us out with it. And
People took pictures.
we absolutely did. It was nice seeing the hotel manager out there because he got a kick out of it. You would expect him to be very professional, but he thought it was hilarious.
Because I saw like one of the hotel people just like, I want to take pictures. I want to take pictures.
Like I'm amazed. Like a lot of people like in the business just things like that. They're just like amazed. Sometimes they have like a weird face, but sometimes they're like, I want to take that picture because they sometimes recognize a character they even love. Because sometimes deep down, we never grow up.
No, absolutely not. No way.
All right. So now as a fan of stuff, what are the 3 characters you like? Your favorite 3 characters?
Favorite 3. That's really hard to nail down.
It could be anything. So I give 3.
3. Let's see. Well, I'll stick with cosplay. I've cosplayed Envy from Fullmetal Alchemist before. I have a very big attachment for Envy. It's absolutely fun cosplaying.
Envy is
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Let's see. Other picks. Okay, favorite anime. I'm gonna dip back to that. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
I have a hard time picking a favorite character out of the cast, but let's just stick with Yusuke. You know, main character. We'll stay there. So another favorite there. And let's see. Final example. It's a really obscure anime, but I'm gonna quote it to see if people watch it. It's an anime called Camphor. Camphor. It's a German word, just means fighter, but it's just called Camphor, and it's a ridiculous anime. I absolutely love the main character in it. I don't want to describe it too much. Just go look it up. You will laugh so much.
Camphor. I think I can remember that. Yeah, with a K, right?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it, but I never had a chance. So out of those 3 characters, marry, sex, kill.
Sex kill. Let's see.
It's funny. You had the most calm reaction. Everybody always freaks out when I say that.
It's so hard. Let's see here. I'd probably marry Camphor. I love the character in it. Kill. Well, let's just kill Envy because Envy's just extremely dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I wish, you know.
I so wish.
Husbando right here.
Be such a great friend. Your shape-shifting friend. Who knows what could happen? And I'll marry Yusuke. She's awesome. Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's see if I have anything else. All right, pick one of your characters you cosplayed.
I've cosplayed. Let's see. The most recent one is Envy, but I've cosplayed Moroku from Inuyasha. I cosplayed Shishomaru for my very first convention. And let's see. And most everything else in there is an OC.
OC? Yeah. All right, man. One day I'll do it. One day. That's
so
the day.
Much fun. Cosplay is the best. Just grab some stuff, throw it together. People will respect it. Everyone loves seeing wacky stuff.
And if you don't, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. No one does hear it. Go complain on 4chan.
Absolutely.
All right. So with your character that you picked, who was it again?
The one you would
Cosplay. If you had a choice to cosplay right now, who would you cosplay?
If I had a choice to cosplay right now, actually, I've been meaning to cosplay from Camper, but I want to cosplay from Kill la Kill. Actually, I would really like to cosplay as Sanagiyama, preferably nudist beach cosplay. But,
Nudist beach.
Nudist beach.
Who was he again? I remember the show, but I can't remember the character.
That was the teacher that spoke that way.
Oh yeah. Nudist beach, where it's like the opposite of Yoko.
Yes, absolutely.
Literally the opposite. All right, who would you ship him with?
Wait, what with him?
Him. Who would you ship him with?
Ship him with? What does that mean?
Meaning like, who would you want him to date?
Let's see.
Any character, not even Kill la Kill.
The teacher from Kill la Kill. Who did I pick? Let's just go with the teacher from Kill la Kill. Who would be funny to pair him up with? I don't even have any
God, he's so
relevant-
flamboyant.
I could pair him up with anybody. He'd just be such an amazing
perfect
husband.
match.
Just always fun out in the town.
He'd be naked the whole time.
Absolutely.
Saying, Nudist beach.
I honestly can't see who I would pair him up with.
It's hard, right?
It's
I want to see him with a JoJo character.
JoJo.
Both of them posing.
I could go with that. Yeah. Maybe. I got it. Alex Louise Armstrong.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh, one skinny, buff, muscle guy. We go, bro.
Can you imagine the stars around him? It'd be phenomenal.
Both of them, they were just too bright and we go real blind, but it'd be a beautiful
I would
sight.
absolutely
The
go
last sight
blind.
we see is it'd be beautiful. What would be his fetish? What would be his fetish?
Armstrong's fetish?
No, the other guy fetish.
His fetish. Super classily dressed women. That would be his fetish.
Like, it's
Yeah.
like his secret.
Yeah, he loves fancy parties. You know, super reserved, classy women who won't show it off. That's his thing right there.
Wow, that is extremely fetish.
Get the imagination going.
Yeah. All right. If you can do one thing at a con and get away with it, what would it be?
I heard so many stories, things I could do at con. I've always wanted to, and we're in an atrium hotel, so please don't do this. I'm not responsible for this.
Don't
in
do it.
any
Like, this
way.
is fantasy.
Do it. I didn't say this. Paper airplanes. All right. I've always wanted to see an armada of paper airplanes just fly off the atrium. Yeah, maybe some of those army men with parachutes from back when we were kids, just a bunch of them just come down out of nowhere. I want it to happen so bad.
That would be a beautiful sight.
You mark my words, it'll happen at some point. I
One day.
was not responsible for it ever.
Nope, it wasn't. Nope. 5 years down the line, it's like you're crying. It's like that happened. All right. So now, it can be a serious answer if you wish. This is a serious question. I feel like a lot of people. I want to open up people's minds about this because there's some negative things in our community.
Absolutely.
What is one thing you wish to change from that?
Change the community. It's most problems we hear with cosplay is elitism in cosplay. They'll degrade other people for cosplays that they don't find good enough, even classic cosplays. That's something that I would like to be gone. I understand what some people are saying. Some people work very hard in their cosplays and they like to hold that over other people. It's just a thing that happens in the community. But now as cosplay has gotten bigger and more mainstream, if you will, that's started to happen even more and more. It's that bit of elitism. And I think people should really understand what cosplay actually is. It's art for you. It's a way to explore yourself, cosplay characters that you really like, really get into that character and explore another part of yourself. That's why I have cosplay characters like Envy, Shomaru Moroku, even on suggestion, and you really get into character, really play that up and feel what it's like to actually be that character. It's not you, but you can be that person at the convention.
You said it.
That's the most important thing. It's be passionate about cosplay and never degrade someone if they're passionate about something. They worked very hard on it. You may not think they worked on it as hard as you, but they worked on it as hard as their soul could. And give them credit. Go up to people and just give them a compliment. It doesn't even matter what it is. Just say, hey, awesome job. It looks great. I love it. If you ever have that thought in your head, hey, that looks cool, go say it to that person. Please go say it to that person.
You never know. Like that would make their con.
Oh,
and cosplay is for fun. Always and forever. No matter what anybody negatively says, cosplay is for fun. And don't be rude.
Please don't be rude.
This is a place where we can just come in, have an awesome, amazing time, and just enjoy ourselves.
So much. Enjoy ourselves so much.
Like you already heard the stories. So I would ask this question, like the last question for a shirt, but since you're the only one here, you get a free shirt.
All right.
So just go in there and just pick whatever shirt you want.
Well, out of curiosity, what's the question? Let's see how good I do.
Okay, let's see. Out of curiosity, yeah. We're gonna ask that question again, but yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah.
So you can guess every single character here. You're gonna have fun with that. All right. Give me a number between 1 and 2. I mean 1 and 12. My bad. Yeah, that was like, wait, what?
6.
6. All right. So this is just for fun. Okay. Which one of these dairies is not real? Tsundere, yandere, haidere, or kudere?
Yandere?
No. Yandere is real. The answer was haidere is not real. Yandere, it means psycho girlfriend. Tsundere means the rude but still very heart of gold girlfriend. And kudere is the cool, collected, but still loves you dairy.
That's me. That's the one I want.
All right, thank you very much, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
guys have
so
a
much.
great con. It was
Thank you for
wonderful
opening up
talking
a
to
little bit about the staffers. Remember, guys, staffers are people. Seriously, they're people just like you. If someone comes up to you rude, just like you said, talk to someone, talk to their supervisor, talk to the main staff, and they'll help you out. You know, they're not here to ruin your fun. They're here to make it more fun, make it much safer for you as well. And they're just here to also have fun and talk to you guys too. You know,
Absolutely.
they're fans. They're fans here too.
And if you're ever interested, please volunteer for conventions. Volunteers are the lifebloods of conventions. They always need them, and we help make cons happen even better. Please volunteer if you ever think about it.
you can make someone's con.
Absolutely.
You can make someone's con. Thank you again. Have
Thank
a
you so
wonderful
much.
A-kon. Thank
See
you
you
for
guys.
all the years of service.
Best of luck. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Take care.